Just driving into Heathrow Airport, joining the rest of the group there, and then we're flying to Dusseldorf. And at the moment our flight seems to still be going, which is all good. I've traveling lightly with hand luggage only, which is amazing for me because I don't travel lightly. Yes, I don't want I want my luggage to be with me. I want clothes to wear. But yeah, I'll take you along with me. VIVA Cruises had very kindly invited me to experience their brand new ship, VIVA ONE. This was following a launch to the British cruise market a couple of weeks previously. So they wanted us to show, really, to the British market what cruising with VIVA Cruises is like. So we flew all together from Heathrow, Terminal 2. It wasn't too dramatic. Our plane got there, the luggage that was checked in got there. It was very straightforward. We were very lucky. VIVA Cruises is a new river cruise line. They launched just before the pandemic and then sadly had the pandemic. However, because Germany has many rivers and river cruising is very popular, they were able to commence the company and river cruising around Germany. So lots of people went on staycation river cruises when we couldn't go on ocean cruises, and they've done really well. They're now open for anyone to go on the ships. They launched to the British market a few weeks ago, and we went on board really to show the British market and show everyone what a cruise on VIVA Cruises is like, especially on VIVA ONE, their brand new ship, only launched a couple of months ago. And she is beautiful. So let me show you in this next vlog series what she's like. We flew to Dusseldorf with Eurowings, and the plane was operated by Air Baltic. It was a really straightforward flight. As soon as you get kind of up to cruising altitude, it's time to come back down again. It was easy, an easy flight to do, really, and so it would be really easy to just pop over to Dusseldorf from Heathrow in order to go on a VIVA River Cruises yourself. Yeah, very straightforward and easy. We landed in Dusseldorf, cleared customs, security and baggage reclaim for the people who had checked in baggage. And then we got cabs and an Uber to the ship. It's quite a short journey. It dropped you off in kind of like a riverside park, and the cabs could go as far as they could. And then it was a short, kind of 100-metre walk to the ship. We were welcomed at the top of the gangplank by some staff from VIVA Cruises, and they were able to note our cabin number on our luggage and took our luggage off onto the ship for us. And then we were directed down the gangplank to reception in order to check in. First impressions of VIVA ONE, she was beautiful. I love the colour scheme of the white and the blue. And the balconies intrigued me, looking at the Juliet balconies. The top deck intrigued me, the little bridge, all the sun lounges. There was like awnings, are they called? Awnings, that's it, on the top deck. There were passengers dotted around who had embarked before us. There were the swimming pool, I had a glimpse of that, and that intrigued me. So yeah, first impressions were great. I particularly love their tagline, enjoy the moment. That is just so me. Seize the day, enjoy the moment, make the most of now. That's my mindset completely. So I knew VIVA Cruises and I would get along.
We're here, VIVA ONE. My luggage is gone.
to pose for a selfie with my home for the next 4 nights. It's a bit hot. It's nearly 38 or 35 degrees. So, excuse the hot look. So Skylar, the symbol you can see on the sign here, they're like the parent company of Viva Cruises and many other little companies connected to it. So they have a company that I think dealt with the steel that makes the ships. They have a company that employs the staff, a company that trains the staff. They had a company that like charters out boats to other companies. They have a company that makes the moorings, including the sort of electric onshore to shore equipment. They just had so many different companies. It was really impressive. I have to say I had not heard of them before Viva Cruises approached me, but they are a big company in river cruising. Oh, super exciting here. We were about to embark on Viva One. And as you walk into this beautiful like light, huge kind of atrium area with the reception desks and the like information desk, the shop, the entrance to the lounge, the entrance to the restaurant, and then the corridors leading off to the cabins. Then it was time to go and see my cabin. So I had a double cabin with a Juliet balcony, and it was beautiful. Light, airy, modernly designed, clean, cool with the air conditioning, which was great because it was a hot day. It was beautiful. My suitcase arrived before me as well, so it was all ready there to be unpacked. My first nose at the bathroom was so impressive too. I was really impressed with how big this cabin was. For a river cruise cabin, I was expecting quite a small cabin, but it was really spacious and big, and the bathroom was lovely with a really nice power shower at the end. It was like a long and thin bathroom, but brilliant, lovely. And checked out the minibar and the soft drink selection because I knew that Viva Cruises refills your minibar every day. So when your cabin steward comes and cleans up your cabin, they refill whatever you've drank in your minibar, complimentary, included in the cruise fare. You get a nice little Viva Cruises pouch, the perfect size to pop in your travel documents, including your passport. And then everyone gets a welcome aboard bottle of Carver and 2 water bottles in order to reduce the use of plastic on board. And then there were 2 points where you can fill up your water with cold filtered water. My eye was drawn to this on the side of my bedside table. And I later found out what they were. So they're little receiver units that you use on the walking tours that the ship puts on. So they give the guide a microphone and you plug this in and have one headphone in your ear and then you can hear your guide perfectly. So you use the ship's equipment for that and you charge it every evening. I thought it was a really useful, good idea. There were lots of little staircases on board, but it never felt like you were walking up lots of stairs. And there was a lift available too for anyone whose mobility was a bit more restricted. I'm pretty sure you could stay in a wheelchair on this ship because the lift went every floor, and then there's a stair lift to the sun deck. I'm not sure how you'd originally get on the ship. I think you just have to have assistance from the crew. But yeah, once on the ship, you don't need to do any stairs if you can't. These were the 2 water filter points, conveniently located between my cabin and the doors in which we disembarked the ship, so I could fill it up as I went off. There were buttons for cold water, and I think there was a button for fizzy water too. But they were great, and the water tasted really nice, cold, refreshing. So on our first afternoon aboard, we were invited to like a welcome briefing, and I think it was a safety briefing as well, on the ship. So we went up as a group, went together and listened. So Viva Cruises, obviously the passengers at the moment are predominantly German because it's a German company and it's been running through the pandemic with just German people. But they want to venture out, and they are becoming bilingual ships, so there'll be German and English spoken, written, and everything on board. And yeah, I didn't really notice that the language was, there was 2 languages. It was great. I mean, Everything was said in English as well as German, and we had menus and everything in English. You could see here, actually, some of the menus were bilingual, so I had both. I had a lovely pina colada whilst we were waiting in the safety briefing. And then after, we went for a potter around the upper decks. So there was lots of seating areas around everywhere on the top deck, including hammocks. Now, if you watch my vlogs, you know how much I love a hammock. Get into these hammocks later in the cruise. And the pool, I was intrigued to have a look at the pool. You will see more of the pool in future vlogs. We spent quite a bit of time at the pool because it was so hot. When we were on this cruise, the temperatures hit in Amsterdam, I think 38 degrees Celsius. And it was when the UK broke their record with their temperature exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. So the pool was a nice place to sit and cool down. We then went for a little nose around the ship before we set sail. We came across Viva's Bistro at the aft end of the ship. A beautiful wake view whilst sat eating here. It's kind of like a specialty dining restaurant, and it will feature more on my vlogs when we go and eat there one evening. But it's free to eat there, no extra cost. But you can only eat there once a cruise in order for everyone to have a go eating there. It's a beautiful restaurant. We had steak there, but I'll show you that in future vlogs. It was then time to sail away, and wow, do river cruise ships move quickly. I videoed from my Juliet balcony because we moved really quick. Spun round 180 and then off. I was in the shower and I felt movement, and we're moving. We're leaving Dusseldorf over there. We've done a full 180, and now we're going underneath this bridge. People up there. Oh, there's people in the water over there. Wow. I mean, it is hot here. There's a nice fun fair over there. Under the bridge. Now I'm going to a welcome on board cocktail party with the rest of the people on the bus trip. Oh, there's people waving. Right, so I'm going to finish, get ready, and go for some cocktails. The cruise we were on is called A Beautiful Flanders, and it goes from a Sunday in Dusseldorf and then returns to Dusseldorf the following Sunday. So most of the passengers on board were doing the 7 nights. I was doing 4 nights because of work, and half the press trip were doing 4 nights, half were doing a bit longer. The doors at main reception that you embark and disembark on, and when you're sailing along on the river, there's a little balcony out there that you can go and observe, which is really nice. Housekeeping. Being introduced to all the senior officers, we had some lovely spring roll canapes and some cocktails, and then it was time for dinner. Now, dinner was served in the main restaurant, the Riverside restaurant, and usually there's open seating, but we had a table for our group. As you can see, there was lots of choice and lots of there were notifications about dietary requirements and stuff as well, so you could pick your food if you needed some sort of dietary special needs. Yeah, the food was delicious. It was very kind of retro and German, but it's nice, really nice. Lots of choice and large portions.
Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
After dinner, we went up to the sun deck and sat down and had some Aperol splits, enjoying the sunset. Now, we were sailing along the river here in Germany, along the Rhine, and we were all really surprised by how industrial it is. And I know Germany is a very industrial country, but my God, we were passing power plant after power plant after power plant. It was insane, but it was really interesting. It wasn't like ugly. It was just different. And there was lots of, you can see a PowerPoint here, plant even. There was lots of countryside as well, and the sunset was beautiful. But it was just, I don't know, it just surprised me. I didn't think there'd be so much industry on the side of the river. There were so many different spots to sit on the sun deck, and there was loads of seats available. And the waiters would come up on the bar stewards from the bar below and take your order and bring your drinks to you. It was a beautiful place to just relax as the river cruise ship sailed down the river. It was lovely. Incredibly busy river. There was constant barges going past us, but it was interesting to sit and just watch all this activity that I was, oblivious to happening. Our rivers in our country are really quite small. It's about 10:30 at night. Just had some drinks with the rest of the group. We've watched sunset, and now I'm gonna go to bed. We're going to wake up in Amsterdam. It must be such a difficult job for the captains, because the rivers were so busy with boats back and forth. And I love this sound, just the water trickling away under you. So relaxing. And that was it for my first day aboard VIVA ONE. Beautiful ship. I'd already fallen in love with her. The group I was sailing with were fabulous as well. Great first impressions meeting all of them. They were all so lovely and friendly. So yeah, please keep watching to see the rest of my vlogs aboard a VIVA ONE, my first river cruise. And yeah, hopefully it will inspire you to take your first river cruise. And I highly recommend VIVA Cruises. It's a relaxed